Anglosphere report. Breaking analysis. Britain has spent years refusing to take this step. This week, it changed course. The question isn't simply what Britain announced. The question is, what changed? Here's what happened. On Monday, July 13, 2026, the UK government laid draft regulations before Parliament, designating three bodies as state security threats: Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, a previously obscure group called the Islamic Movement of Companions of the Right, and Russia's GRU Volunteer Corps. The legal mechanism is the National Security State Threats Act 2026. If approved by Parliament, a step not yet complete, it becomes a criminal offense, punishable by up to life imprisonment, to express support for, assist, or materially support any of the three groups. Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer made the announcement not from a podium, but at a Downing Street reception for Jewish communal leaders. His words, "These new powers will make it easier to prosecute and lock up anyone carrying out their dirty work here in Britain." Minister Baroness Angela Eagle told Parliament in a written statement recorded in Hansard that the second group, known as IMCR, has publicly claimed 7 attacks on UK locations linked to Jewish and Israeli communities, including the arson of 4 Hatzolah ambulances in Golders Green on March 23rd. Her assessment, Iran's Quds Force, almost certainly directed those attacks. That is a government assessment. It has not been tested in any court. Why now? Britain has sanctioned more than 500 Iran-linked individuals and entities to date. It already had tools under the National Security Act 2023 to prosecute state-linked espionage. But full prescription-style designation of the IRGC is something Britain specifically avoided for years. In April 2024, after Iran struck Israel directly, a UK Foreign Office minister explained why, on the record, to LBC and Sky News. Maintaining that channel with Tehran at this moment in time is, at present, in our national interest. Britain, at that point, was the last major Western ally still resisting full designation. The United States acted in 2019, Canada and Australia in 2024, the European Union in February 2026. What changed is not new evidence about the IRGC's conduct. What changed is the target. On February 28, 2026, the U.S. and Israel struck Iran directly, killing Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei. Starmer confirmed Britain was not a combatant in that war, while warning that Iran poses a direct threat to dissidents and the Jewish community in Britain. Between March and May, IMCR claimed its 7 attacks inside Britain and across Belgium, the Netherlands, and Greece. The calculation that held for years, sanctions without designation to preserve diplomatic space, inverted the moment that violence reached British soil against a named community. Why it matters? For Britain, this is now a criminal law matter, not solely a foreign policy one. Police and intelligence agencies gain new prosecutorial tools. For Iran, its government has consistently denied using proxy groups. The Iranian embassy in London did not respond to Reuters' request for comment. No formal Iranian government response has been issued as of this report. For Five Eyes, in June 2026, the alliance issued a rare joint statement on AI-enabled cyber threats. Separate analysis from March 2026 documented Tehran-linked hackers actively probing Five Eyes networks during the war. This report flags plainly, no named official has confirmed shared intelligence specifically drove Britain's decision. That link is reported context, not confirmed causation. For the Middle East and Europe, this designation lands inside an active, unresolved war and alongside continuing tension over the Strait of Hormuz, where Britain has joined European calls for full, unimpeded reopening. Because this isn't simply Britain's Iran policy changing, it may signal how Western democracies intend to respond to hostile states operating below the threshold of open war. What happens next? Parliament must approve the designation before it takes legal effect. That process was not complete as this report was produced. Iran's formal response is unknown. Whether this reduces further proxy attacks on British soil or provokes retaliation cannot be assessed yet, only with time. The skeptics challenge. First, has Britain overreacted? With 500-plus sanctions already in place and existing prosecutorial tools under the 2023 Act, some will argue this designation is largely symbolic. Second, could this strengthen Iranian hardliners rather than deter them? That is a long-standing debate in Iran policy circles. No evidence yet confirms or refutes it in this specific case. Third, does this deepen an escalation Britain does not fully control? Britain did not choose to join the military conflict, but has now taken a domestic legal step directly connected to it. Viewers should avoid assuming Iran's formal response is predictable and should avoid treating almost certainly directed as a proven fact rather than a stated government assessment. Britain's decision will not be judged by today's headlines. It will be judged by what happens next, whether it deters further attacks or triggers a deeper confrontation. That is the question the coming months will answer. I'm the Anglosphere Report, connecting the stories shaping the Anglosphere and the world. Has Britain taken a necessary step to protect its national security, or opened a new and less predictable chapter in its relationship with Iran?